scared. I did not invent predictive control. I'm not responsible for that. I will tell you the whole story. Okay, so let's go back to many years ago, 1960 something. And how was it? Well, it was a good old time because there was money in the different departments and the war departments in all countries. And there was a very interesting problem to be solved. So, predictive control story started at this moment. The defense department wanted to, following a fad coming from USA about ergonomics, they wanted to know how does the pilot pilots his airplane. And, well, there was a lot of airplanes, military airplanes, and they were flying with the autopilot, okay, a given altitude, given speed, given environment, and storing the data, and what you get something like that, and, with bumps and flat and everything. Now, in the same environment, if you do that with a human pilot, completely different, absolutely completely different. You have a moment where it is flat, then it goes down, nothing, a little bump, flat, okay, completely different. So the human way of controlling the system has nothing to do, is completely different from let's say, mathematical model. Okay, so human control, automatic control, completely different. We have the chance to get with Jean Piaget. He was still alive at that time, and especially his assistant in France. The Swiss grandfather of cognitive psychology. And he's the man who worked on how does the child learns and control his environment. He's really a very great man, and his influence still now is very, very important. So he proposed that there are four phases. Operating image of the environment. You have the baby on his chair, and he has his spoon, and he opens the hand, the spoon falls down, he cries, Mama comes, and he stores action, something, action, result, action. He stores that. He stores what is useful, and do not store what is not useful, what is not repetitive. Okay. The target, especially if he is hungry, he cries and mommy comes. So he stores that. And then, if he wants to, a little bit older, if you want to grab some baby bottle, okay, that's an action. And then there is a comparison between what he wanted to do and what he achieved and what's the result. So that's the way, that's the well-known, I, all are some industrial or people, not with the psychology, but the four Piaget basic principles are well-known. Okay, so what did we do? We just, I was to say, stupidly copied what Piaget said. The operating image is for us the internal model of the process. Input, bloop, 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 output. I do that, it becomes that, I store. Okay. Then I want to go to one place. I want to go to one place, or I want to grab some food on the thing which is on the table. So I will take a different way, a different target, a different procedure, how to achieve what I want to get. So it's a prediction of future. It's a reference trajectory. You do that. You have your the one mother, let's say you are a man, then your kid is okay, and suddenly the kid swallows something dangerous. So you take your car and you go from your home to the hospital at a given speed. Okay. Now you have a mother, the old grandmother, and it's say she has to be checked, and you will start from the same point. You will go with a different speed and with a different way. Okay. Input, output, the same. But what is important is the way to go from where you are, where you want to go. Okay, this of course we will take that. So structuration of the manipulated variable. Then you go and you have some problem with the car, some speed, and you have you have to brake, you have a stoplight, so you have some disturbance on your action, so you compensate that. So the operating image, the sub-target action and everything, we copied the Piaget principle. Clear. Like I can say that there was a lot of discussions and people were working on the physiologists and the old kind of people to work, because this medical people working, this is a topic which belongs to all techniques, to all sciences. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You do not drive your car with a PID scheme. This is clear. Absolutely clear. You know your car, you know the way it brakes, you know the way the acceleration, you know the thing, and it is not at all a PID thing. It is, you have the image in your brain and you know how to control the system, and it's not like that. Okay? So, predictive control is not an invention, but a discovery. That's what I started to say, that I did not invent predictive control. It is a discovery. Okay, let's take an example, a few mathematics. We are let's take an elementary first order system. Again, time delay, time constant. Okay. And then this is the space, and you have the time representation of that, it's the same. And then you try a trajectory. You go from one point, that's my example I said. You go from one point, you want to go to another point. So you do that with the S. We take to achieve that, just to put that. When I say, what kind of strategy are we going to use to go from one point to the other point? And we ask different people from industry, and they say, could you draw how do you want to do it? They all of them wrote an explanation. So the reference trajectory is an exponential. It could be something else, but this is the easiest mathematically and the most significant. So this is the equation of that, and then you said that you fix that in future I want to reach this point. This point is on the reference trajectory. And I'm going to act. I'm going to act with a simple, stupid step. At one moment, the moment I stop the time and I say, well, I will apply a step. Elementary, absolutely stupidly elementary. So this equation is like that. And well, now we have to solve a differential equation. And the solution of the differential equation is not new. By the way, it's many times in France and invented that one. Okay, so the solution of the differential equation is the increment will be the free answer plus the first response minus the 1. So that's the only mathematical formula that we are going to add. So if we translate that, this is, I write this equation here again, I go a little bit faster. The set point, the actual position, the 100 edge, that this conserves coincidence point in that, and then you have the model of the process. Okay, let me do it faster. So the manipulated variable UN is equal to what? Is equal to the set point, C, minus the actual position of the system, divided by, let's say, something where the reference trajectory appears. Okay, forget that. Okay, plus y of n, output of the model, divided by gn. Okay? Now, when I teach that in the technical school or Fachhochschule, okay, the people, they say, well, okay, blah, blah, okay, yeah, what else, yeah. And then, here, this is the set point, this is something, this is directly, this is the parameter, and this is the output of the model. Sir, where is the integrator? Ooh. And I can tell you that in the classroom, when you realize that this is tremendous control with no integrator, you know, the people, they were sitting like that on the chair, and then suddenly, yes, and that's big news. That's very interesting. There is no integrator. Of course, there is somewhere. If you explain that you find that there is an integrator, but there is no integrator in the control. That's big news. That's a very interesting thing. Okay? So let's take some examples. Temperature of control. Here you have the set point. Okay. Mass modular process. The NV like that, and the NV like that, and this is just an example of just an example. Yeah. Bioreactor in Germany. Yeah. Okay. Excuse me. So, this is a very interesting example. It is, here there is no control, it's different tests. Then the set point is like that. And you see that for let's say 8, 9 tests gives us exactly the same response, and this is the set point. Okay. So the control is very significant. It's very efficient. And, well, yeah. Then there is a disturbance, and this is the way how to control, to estimate the disturbance. I will go back to my test. This is the real world. The controller, the process, propagation, and this is the real world. Then this is the mathematical world, like that, and the model here, we have the model of that, so in the model here we put this model, this is equal to this one. But this is the actual world, this is the mathematical world, so there is no noise, everything is perfect. So I can have a time response, a desired time response, extremely short. Because here, it's a pure mathematical system. So I have this MV2 and MV1. But if there is a perturbation, and if I take the difference, I have an online estimator of the disturbance. I repeat, I have an online estimator of the disturbance. How do we use that? Okay, we use that like that. So this is this one like that, okay? And the typical, the guy in front of this control system, he has a computed disturbance. The disturbance is like that. You can see that here there is a little something. So there is one chemical reaction followed by another chemical reaction. And if it's not for 5, if this bug is here, the system will not be good. If it is too high, it will be also not good. So we can act on the process and control with this. Control with this, it's okay. No problem. But the exothermicity here has a big impact on the quality of the system. And this is very much appreciated. By the way, this is very, it's a rubber. This is a rubber thing, and especially a rubber for human being, especially male. Okay, so another tip of heat exchanger, the big new thing, cooler reactor. This was in Germany, and this was the PID thing, oscillation, and this is too big, this could be dangerous. You go to PLC, there is no noise. How to control a batch reactor? The batch reactor in the industry is a very useful, very important unit. So the flow temperature, okay, and elementary model could be very difficult. An elementary model of that, of this process is temperature depending on the flow. Okay, so there are several ways to control the batch reactor. One is the flow is constant, and you change the temperature here. Okay, it's possible. Then the flow, the temperature is constant, but you act on the flow. Acting on the flow. If you look at the flow comes inside as a parameter, not as a variable. So you control the system with the parameter of the system, not with the value of the system, not of measurement of the system. Okay? Absolutely, it's non-linear, but quite practical. And also, if you can use both, the flow and the temperature, you control with the Untitled system. And this is very good, very efficient. And then the pressure of the reactor is the best one, but not so much used because, in fact, there is nothing to do. So, practically, that's the way we go. Batch reactor, typical interest, is not controlled by the valve here, but controlled by the temperature. So, here with the classical with the classical PID, 39 different batches. This is the set point. So the error is that. Okay, and with PLC, it is in this part that is very important. So you see we have divided by 10 the error of the controller. Okay, it's in French, but you understand that there's still a level and they still continue in the Scilab. Always small companies, you know. Unfortunately, that's good. I don't know if you have ever been in a steel plant. It's frightening, it's hot, it's dirty, it's dangerous, it's absolutely, and then you see the people like that, and we made the level, the control of the level of that. Here you have this, of course, different PLCs installed, and here we have the rows, okay? Classical thing. It's not so easy, it's not a totally easy control over this one. But we were interested in something else. Okay. me and go back. Okay, so one danger in steel industry is called bulking. You have the two rolls, and the steel is compressed, expand, compress, expand, compress, expand. And it can diverge. And with the breathing of the steel, it comes up to the level on top, and it could spill out. And that's 100,000 degrees, 100,000 degrees before. That's very critical. So one day I said with the guy I work with, said, well, today we are going to implement complex control. And the guy said, but what we have done up to now is complex enough. I said, no, it's not complex this way. Remember Z equal plus X plus J I. Complex number? Can you, where is it? You mentioned complex number. Okay, so that's the complex X plus Jy. So what we have to eliminate, this is without, what we have to eliminate is this oscillation. Oscillation, it's a sinus, but it floats in the amplitude, so it is the sum of A cosinus plus B sinus. So I have the cosinus and the sinus there. And then I put on now the complex controller, it disappears. This is not. You see that the 0 goes to 0. That's very, very tricky topic. Okay. Areva, you know this company, and it's a nuclear plant, and the flow, here we have the flows for cooling that. The flows are, you see the flows, and you see the size of the heat exchanger. It's unbelievable. It's okay. Yeah, inside. So this is the control system. Okay, different things and different. This is the process. It's not the individual one. This is the for test. So with the PID, that's, you see the set point. This is the actual with the PID, and they are very, people from nuclear are extremely demanding. They want to add an error of 0.1 degree or something like that. Extremely demanding. So they go to PLC. Okay. Now let's go to chemical chemistry. The convexity theorem, if you mix the enthalpic balance, F equals 1, F equals 2, you get that, you already know that. Okay, and if you do the counter current, which again the formula is a little bit different, but this system is the most unique, it's the system the most unique in the world. You have that in the car, in the house. Okay. Sanofi, that's a company pharmaceutical. Okay, different places. In Köln, there is one also. And this is something challenging. Muley, an English guy, it was about 40 years ago, it worked a lot on crystallization. The crystal size is, you have a distribution, but this is not good. Because if the crystal, the drugs, 91% of drugs are crystal. If the crystal is too big, it is evaluated. If it is too small, it goes too fast into blood, and that could be dangerous, especially for kids. So controlling the size, there's not a lot of papers, there's not a lot of studies working on that. So here you have to freeze. This is the cubic or order 2.5 or let's say cubic. This is the set point of what is to be followed. Okay, the blue is the temperature of the outside, and this is the valve. So, see, you have a beautiful message. Now, okay, look now, this is the error. 0.00 degrees, 0.05. So, I cheated that, in fact, here is the set point. And here you can see that there is a little bit something dark. So, the output or the cubic thing is strictly equal to the set point. Okay. And this comes from the fact that this was exactly the same problem. It was funded by the Department of Defense, because when you have an airplane coming out of you with the gun, you have to compute the set point is or something like that. Military defense models of that is very interesting. Okay? Okay. At the Fachschule in Köln, yeah, something like that. Okay. And what did you say?
Thank you. So Jacques explained to you that PFC was very important, and as we think that Scilab also is very important too, we thought that it would be a very good thing to gather Scilab and PFC. So what is important for people is for them to understand what PFC is. And a very good way to do that is to make implementation with Scilab of PFC, and for that we made what we call the PFC book with lot of examples, 45 example programs, elementary, ordinary, advanced. Two examples. For example, here, this is an elementary example. You have the diagram of the process. You have text, which is not here, explaining what happens in the process, and you have the Scilab code. And in the Scilab code, there is a PFC part explaining exactly how you use the model of the PFC. And when you use it, you have the plots with the output of the process and the output of the PFC. So it's very simple to take all the examples, to see them, and to execute them. Second example, the last one, more complicated because it's ordinary, not standard. It's control the rule with control transfer, which is not very simple to implement. With single PID, you can't. So you put the PFC, and you also have the same thing, which is more complicated, but it gives you all the means to make and implement your PFC with your model, and at the same time, you have the output of a program. So you have 45 examples like this, and I let you make the conclusion.
Well, so the problem, it's good, it works, but we are not goddess. You have to enjoy this wonderful technique. Okay, how to disseminate the good work. Technical academic efficiency clearly demonstrated in many different processes worldwide. Japan, China, South America, Norway, everywhere. There are thousands and thousands of PFC working in the world. Okay? And now the thing is, how to implement that with the Scilab book. That's what we target. Mama, Papa, me to make babies. Okay? Thank you.